So, a very good evening to all of you. We are today here at week three of problem solving session. The course is Innovation by Design, and we have already covered half of the journey in the past 2 weeks. And today we are here for our third week. So, the intent and idea behind the problem solving sessions are to help you make aware of the content, to help you prepare for the examinations, for the test which will be conducted, the basically the quiz which will be conducted at the end of this course. Now, normally what we used to conduct in the problem solving sessions were to discuss, what previously has been discussed in that particular week specific content. And I would then present the audience with a sample set of 10 questions, which are again pertaining to the same week's content. And then we discuss among the learners who are present in the call that what could be the correct option. And, we generally ask about, your proposed choices. We do a kind of voting and we try to understand their perspective, their opinions about those questions, and then we try to solve it. So we find the correct answer. We see, what are the supported facts or the lectures which were, addressing this particular question. And that's how we proceed with the session. Also, based on my past experiences of these sessions, I've also started including a content recap. Uh, the content recap for today's session will be happening after we complete our set of 10 sample questions, wherein we'll be referring to a book for this particular course. I'll also show the learners, how you can access the complete lectures, the complete content, all the case studies, which is available in a book format, in a PDF format, which can be downloaded by all the learners. And it's a very quick and a good repository wherein you can actually go through the entire content in a very quick way. And it will be something which you can take as a reference while you are going to attempt the final quiz, which is the physical mode of examination. As of now, I'll just quickly request the participants who are there, if you can please introduce yourself, your name, your profession, and where you are in from, and what was the motivation of joining this course, and probably, whether you have attended previous sessions or you are following the content and you have submitted the content or not. Let me start with Bhavesh Mehta, sir. Hello.
Yeah, hi Abhishek. It looks like you are also architect. So I'm architect myself,
Great,
and
sir. Great.
because I see your name AR Abhishek Srivastav. So I'm an architect, urban designer, and I'm a professor in college. Okay, in Bangalore. So I'm from Gujarat, and I've traveled internationally, many countries. So what was, I have actually given public talks on social responsibility, that how architecture can be socially responsive, to the conditions. So these conditions are the key. So that's my deep interest. And then we have this one course of innovation in our syllabus also. So that is something. And I was some of my friends are innovator as well. They're architect, but they have invented few things, which is really very interesting.
Nice,
So
nice.
that's the whole point actually, that I was very keen to have an introduction of this sort of that how it is. First it was, I was thinking like maybe very hard, actually difficult. But then when I listened to Chakrabarti sir and all, I find it so interesting. I'm really, I mean, I'm really, I would like to do even advanced further thing. And then what I can see, that this course is actually not limited to any one discipline. So you need to collaborate, and you need to work with everybody. And that's where it's like, context based totally. So that is something, I would like to do something. So that is, my wish, my dream. So that's why I've joined this course actually, to get some basic knowledge. And I have a lot of ideas about various things what I would like to contribute. So that I will do with this knowledge, plus if require more advanced level training or something. Yeah, so that's my fundamental. Even I have participated in one competition called Solar Decathlon, if you have heard of. So this is about climate change and how we can do sensitive buildings, or do the awareness. So I've done FDP on that and very detailed. So that's where they are also having competition of facade design, that how we can renovate our cities with a changing context. So that also innovation is a key, where we have to work with different discipline and those things. So that's my a greater interest to join this course, and I'm really excited. I have very good feedback. The way it is, very short videos and simple content, and what is really powerful is like the case study. The same way we study architecture. So I was teaching in CEPT University also. I'm from Ahmedabad basically, so I have worked in CEPT as well. So, learning by case study, that's the key of very impactful. And that's what it makes this program also very interesting. Yeah.
Great, sir. Great. Thank you for sharing all those details. Sir, how did you come to know about this course?
Well, actually, we have some mandatory requirement in our academic that we should do a NPTEL FDP.
FDP. Okay.
So I think there is a policy of government education ministry that teachers are encouraged to use this resource. And I must say, like, NAPTEL is doing great work. If you see any of the professors' videos in any subject, it is so content rich actually, and it is also updated, and
Mm.
it's very simply put. So I am already using different Natal videos since many years already. So I'm big fan since my childhood. Okay, when people were not knowing even, so it used to come in Doordarshan also. Okay,
Okay.
so many years back, this was coming in black and white TV, because the whole idea was to reach remotely. So our government is very nice, like they can reach remotely, that IIT professor can conduct a course where in remote village of Karnataka, Gujarat, anywhere, where we have more than 60 to 70% rural areas. So this was the idea, and I was somehow liking the method actually. So that has I think also encouraged me to take this. So it is both way, I can say. One is NAPTEL initiative, one is my initiative. And I'm today I went to college for a jury external review, but now I'm sitting. So it's really, I mean, I'm really happy. This is actually recharging. It's like doing some sports or yoga which gives you energy. So it's a food for thought. That's how
Great,
I
sir.
consider that.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
sir. Thank you so much for sharing all these points. Okay.
sure, sure.
We have Kinshuk. Hi, Kinshuk. Kinshuk Raman. If you are there, just a brief introduction. Okay. We have Dr. Thiru. Hello, sir. All right. So I believe they are not able to hear. I think.
Hello, hello,
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah,
sir.
he's
Hello. Most welcome.
hello. I am Dr. Chitrambalam.
Hello, sir.
Uh, in fact, I am an alumni of IIT Mumbai.
Oh, great, sir.
I earned MTech and PhD degrees from IIT Mumbai. So, after coming back from IIT, I've not revisited. So now it's an opportunity for me to interact with somebody at IIT Bombay through this online method. I wish I could come again to the campus. Okay, I had earlier done two courses on design thinking.
Okay.
When I was traveling from Coimbatore to Chennai about 5 or 6 years ago, I saw some billboards, uh, management MBA courses based on design thinking. That made me to think. I was very curious about it. So later on, I did a course while I was working with the previous university, design thinking by a group of faculty members from University of Virginia. And the lead faculty was Dr. Ledetka, if I remember right, Dr. Ledetka. That was a very interesting course, very interesting, very interesting. And then another course on design thinking, which was delivered by Dr. Balaguru, Symbiosis University. NPTEL course. That is another. He is offering even now. This during this season also he is offering that course. That was also very interesting. Very interesting. He has applied Buddhist philosophies to solve problems, design problems for developing products. Very interesting. Very interesting. We are with the. I am with a technical background, so for me it was totally different. Very, I was thoroughly engaged during both these courses. I was thoroughly engaged, like a child. I was learning, like school kids when they go to school. If the programs are good, they are curious. You feel that joy, no? That you look at them when they are learning something new. They are joyful, like that. I was joyful while doing those two courses. Likewise, this course is also very good. Dr. Chakraborty is I want to say, is highly creative, and he is able to communicate very well to the students. Whomever he is addressing, he is able to communicate very well with lot of examples, case studies that provokes lot of interest in our minds. I think of always trying to apply, trying to find a problem to solve. I wish I could do it, although I am not doing it actively. The other professor, Professor Bhavesh Mehta, told that he is very active in some groups developing solutions related to what is that? He was talking about global warming. Uh, I wish
Yeah, climate change. Yeah, climate change
climate
is
change.
one thing.
That is a
One
very
other thing,
urgent.
yeah.
There is a very serious threat to the whole entire civilization. So,
And
I mean,
apart from that, the social conditions, what I was meaning that, in developing countries and also developed countries, we have very unique social conditions. Like the condition in Bihar is separate, but
mm,
Bangalore is different, Bombay is different, Delhi is different,
mm,
Madras is different. So it's very cultural, socio-cultural issues. So
mm,
where if we can apply this innovation on the spot by
mm,
not waiting for a god to solve or a prime minister to solve everything, but
mm,
if we can become a catalyst as a
mm,
technocrats, as a design thinkers,
mm,
that we can immediately be helpful. And if it can be integrated in academic also, if we can influence our students,
mm.
okay, so that will be really highly impactful. I think our government is doing very good steps. They
Yeah,
have
the
introduced
present government has done, in fact,
amazing,
NEP 2020 is based on this. So
very good.
I found that in many universities are coming up with not conventional courses, very loosely organized departments interacting and providing opportunity for faculty members, students to interact from different disciplines, multidisciplinary universities. This is the one of the important aspects of that new NEP 2020. So this is very important. So for me, it is very interesting because all along I have studied 40 years ago. If I just recollect, when the professor taught strength of materials, trying
Hmm.
he taught us about solving problems. It was so what to say. I mean, that time there was no feedback mechanism, nothing. Professor used to come and teach without looking at the student's face. That was a kind of setup. We grew up. We were taught like that. We were not interested. I used to fail in several subjects. Then I thought that, and I developed a guilty feeling that I am not good enough to study engineering. But later on, after when I started teaching, I realized that those were the mistakes, those were the shortcomings of that system. Earlier version. 40 years ago, we were solving problems. There was a prescribed syllabus. The professor will solve a few problems on the board. He will give some assignments. He'll go home, go back to home, and do solve some problem, submit the assignment. That was not at all interesting. But nowadays, the changes, the kind of changes which are taking place, I mean, phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. In fact, I tell you, I worked in different colleges and universities. Now, there are not enough takers in the affiliated colleges because the programs are not up to the mark. The skills they impart in the affiliated colleges are not good enough for them, to find a suitable, employment or career opportunities. It is changing very fast. That is why students prefer deemed universities, where the programs are very highly flexible. So this I am telling this out of my experience. Nice to
Great,
talk.
sir. Thank you so much, sir. So we have respected, learners here. Thanks a
Mm,
lot for joining in.
mm.
We'll start the session now.
Yeah.
So I'll be sharing my screen.
This is for the week 4,
So this is for the week 3.
week 3. Oh, week 3. Okay, okay. I got solved already submitted. Okay, okay, okay.
You are a very active learner, sir.
I'm yet to do the assignment, so I thought like it will really help me.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
So Bhavesh sir, have you completed the first, second assignments?
yeah. First and second I've completed, but I'm not happy with my second assignment marks. So what can I do? I mean, because I was in rush, I had no time, and I have very quickly. So I think it's my fault, but
Sir,
that's why I want to
I
send.
have a remedy for you, sir, in this
Hmm.
presentation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great, 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 great.
So the thing is that out of 4 assignment, we consider the best of three.
Oh,
So
great. Yeah, 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 yeah. That is really a relief. See, one thing, Abhishek, I wanted to tell that if I don't know through your source you can reach to NPTEL or somewhere, that actually we are keen learners. After that, we will have skills, we will have ideas. But where we are stuck, no, you guys, this professor in IIT, they have resources, free laboratory, free material. For me to do experiment, where do I get? I'm in Bangalore, so how can I collaborate with IISc or somewhere where can I use the laboratory in case if required for any innovation? So later, if in at end of the course, if you or Professor Chakrabarti can put some light that how can these learners or academic institution can benefit from anywhere. I mean, somewhere, what to do after all these ideas. We are limited. No, we can't do experiment because it's very expensive, right? So that is one point. Maybe somewhere if you can address that, later.
So there are two things which I can share as of now.
Hmm.
Uh, One is the design innovation centers. They have been come up at a lot many colleges and probably nearby colleges also in Bangalore. It should be available.
Okay.
DICs they are called, and there you can reach out with your design, and you can also be get mentored by the faculty members there, and to shape up your idea. If the idea is substantial, it has a value, they also help with the patenting of it. So they have started developing a ecosystem around it.
Oh
Another thing
wow.
which I can suggest is that there is a course called Understanding Incubation and Entrepreneurship.
Hmm.
It's there in the NPTEL, and it's by Professor Chakravarti himself, where he discusses. It's although longer course, it's a 12-week course, but then he discusses with a lot of incubators. Where are they? What kind of facilities they are offering? What kind of hand-holding supports they are offering across IITs? And they also share the repository, the process of how they do it. So
Can you
that
tell
course,
the name again of the course? Understanding incubation and
entrepreneurship.
okay, okay.
So it's a 12-week course, but then it actually, it's a quite a detailed course, and it gives a great sense of understanding about this entire process of idea incubation, and how do you proceed further with that.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, sir. So let's start with the session. We have also called
There is
with
just to add a point to your discussion.
yes sir, please.
There is a center at Ahmedabad, Center for Innovation, Incubation, and Entrepreneurship.
Oh,
If you have any good idea or bright idea, you can approach them. They will help you, guide you. You can stay there for 6 months and solve a problem or develop a product
so
or
is it sir part of EDI? Is it a part of EDI? Entrepreneurship Development Institute. Is it a part of that, or is it part
I
of
don't
IIM
know.
Ahmedabad?
Somebody told me, one of my friends who is in Delhi, when I was looking for such a training, such kind of training, he told me about this.
Okay, I will find. I am from Ahmedabad, so I can find out.
Yeah,
Okay.
please, please.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for the
Okay,
information.
okay, 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 okay. Okay.
Thank you, sir. I mean, that is something which is very close to sir, and probably, he can get benefited from it. We have got a few more learners. We have Divya. Divya, ma'am, are you there? All right.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. So we are just doing a quick introduction because every week we have a different set of learners. So if you
Okay.
can quickly share about yourself and how are you finding the course up till now?
Yeah, I'm Divya from PSG College of Arts and Science from Coimbatore. I am an assistant professor in the Department of Costume Design and Fashion.
Ma'am, have you been able to submit the previous two assignments?
Yeah, I've done the assignments.
Great, ma'am.
I've
Great. And
submitted.
ma'am, how are you finding the course?
Actually, I find it quite interesting. Actually, we are from an art stream, but for a PhD thesis and for student projects, we take up, see, costume design and fashion has some engineering elements and design elements also. So I felt that the engineering aspects which you have left out, I can learn from this course. So this is like taking user feedback, etc. All those things we can implement in our products also. That way, I found it very useful.
Great, ma'am. Great. So thank you for sharing this and thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We've got a hand raise from Kinshuk. Kinshuk, you want to speak up if you have?
Hello, good evening, sir. Sir, I've done the week one, week two assignment, and I have done the week three assignment.
Great,
Okay,
great. How are you finding the course up till now?
sir, course is great. I have to see the PDF, and because today we give it the week four assignment, I will do. But sir, I have some doubt. Sir, my laptop is for repairing on the 7th February. So my laptop is very issue, but my all my documents will be finished, but my laptop is very high. So I said, sir, कि what can I do कि सर NPTEL जो मैंने रजिस्ट्रेशन किया है, क्या मैं उसे दोबारा रजिस्टर करूँ या फिर वैसे ही रहने दूँ क्योंकि मेरा वो रजिस्ट्रेशन हो चुका है सर.
नहीं, मुझे आपका प्रॉब्लम समझ नहीं आया। एक बार फिर से बताएं आपका व्हाट इज
सर
द
मेरा जो
इशू?
लैपटॉप था वो मेरा एक्चुअली वो हैंग किया, मेरा सारा वीक से वीक वन एंड वीक थ्री का असाइनमेंट हो गया है सर. तो मेरा जो है वो दोबारा हो गया NPTEL का जो मैंने रजिस्ट्रेशन कर दिया था, तो मुझे दोबारा करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है ना सर वो फिर.
नहीं, नहीं, आपने रजिस्ट्रेशन दोबारा क्यों किया था?
नहीं, रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑलरेडी हो चुका है सर, क्योंकि मेरे कॉलेज से नोटिस आ गया था कि जिन लोगों का रजिस्ट्रेशन हो चुका है वो कर लेगा वीकली फंड का असाइनमेंट, और जिन लोगों का नहीं हुआ है उनका अभी हो रहा है. तो मेरा तो हो चुका है सर रजिस्टर, क्योंकि मेरा नाम लिस्ट में नहीं था ऐसे, क्योंकि हमारे फैकल्टी से मैसेज भी आ गया था कि जिन लोगों का NPTEL का नहीं हुआ है रजिस्ट्रेशन.
ठीक है, तो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज कि जब आप रजिस्टर करते हो ना, तो एक बार आप लॉग इन करते करके यू कैन चेक योर प्रोग्रेस. विद
हाँ
इन द प्रोग्रेस यू विल बी एबल टू सी योर मार्क्स एज वेल, है ना?
हाँ
सो इफ इट इज डिस्प्लेइंग, इट इज शोइंग, इट मींस दैट योर रिस्पॉन्सेज आर रिकॉर्डेड.
हाँ सर, क्योंकि मेरा तो सब कुछ कंप्लीट था, मेरा वीक फोर का भी चल रहा था, तो वीक फोर का जब मैं असाइनमेंट दूंगा तो वो सबमिट तो हो जाएगा ना सर, क्योंकि मेरे को डाउट हो रही थी सर, मैं तो प्रॉब्लम था.
नहीं, नहीं, तो वीक 4 का असाइनमेंट का अभी यू हैव अ डेडलाइन. अभी वीक 3 असाइनमेंट इज ड्यू फॉर टुमारो.
हाँ
ओके. एंड देन वीक 4 यू विल गेट अनदर वीक और सो, समथिंग लाइक दैट.
सर, मैंने वीक थ्री का कर लिया और सबमिट भी कर दिया था, वो ऑलरेडी मैंने कर लिया.
दैट इज फाइन, डोंट वरी. आई मीन वीक 4 के लिए यू विल गेट टाइम, सो आप
सर
सबमिट कर
नेक्स्ट
सकते.
सर, उस दिन मैंने सर सिक्स को ज्वाइन नहीं किया था सर, सॉरी, मैंने उस दिन क्लास नहीं ज्वाइन की थी सर.
That's fine. That's fine. See, these sessions are only to help if there is any issue and to prepare you for your final exam. These are not mandatory sessions, but
हाँ.
it's a complimentary session, huh? Because
यस,
NPT.
my IIT's teachers faculty say you can do this NPTEL assignment. This is very compulsory.
Hmm,
The instruction for my college.
hmm.
That's what I do.
ठीक है, ठीक है. You can do that. It's fine.
Okay sir. Thank you sir.
See, the idea behind these sessions is that many a times the learners are from the student profile. There are professionals, there are teachers, and they might not get time to attend these. So we also record these sessions, and you can revisit these sessions. You can have a look at the complete PDF, which is also uploaded. All these information I'll share in this particular presentation as well. So, you have that liberty of utilizing your time, and, at your convenience, you can actually access them. Yes, sir, Bhavesh, sir, please tell.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, if you can little bit introduce yourself, and we can have.
Sure, 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 sir. I'll do that. I'll do that. Let me share my screen and
And thank you so much, sir. We have been helping for you. सर मुझे आपसे काफी कुछ चीज समझ में आ गया सर क्लास में तो.
great, great, Keshav. Thank you so much. So
Yes.
what we all can also do is that there is a feedback link in the course. One is with respect to the feedback of the course content and whether the questions you are addressing are tough or easier. And then there is the feedback for the TAs like me. So you can also share your feedback for me and how the sessions are there, and what can be worked well, or can be improved. That will also help. Okay. Okay. So once again, hello everyone. Today we are here to meet for the week 3 live session. The course is Innovation by Design by Professor B.K. Chakravarti sir, who is from IDC IIT Bombay, IDC School of Design. My name is Abhishek. I'm an architect and industrial designer from SP Delhi. And after that, I worked for almost 8 years, both as a design educator and as a design professional. And after that, I decided to start my research journey, wherein I joined PhD at IIT Roorkee. So I'm a doctoral fellow right now at IIT Roorkee. And let me start with the brief agenda of these live sessions. It's basically to help you in the current run of course. So what normally we do in the live sessions is that we give a brief protocols. We have a set of protocol slides, which is basically telling you about what typology of questions are there, what is the examination, about examination details, the registration, what you need to remember, especially the deadline aspect. What we also do is we give you a set of 10 questions. These are either the previous year's questions, and if there is a overlap, we also have a new set of questions. So it depends, because we don't discuss the questions which are there in the present assignment, because that is something you are being marked off, you are being evaluated, and the marks are being accounted for. Okay, so either we solve previous year's questions, or if there is a match there, we have a new set of question for those. But the total number of questions remains 10 only. Respond to questions and queries in the discussion forum. So this basically is being taken care by another TA. So if you have utilized the discussion forum platform, what it does is that the moment you ask a question, there are three types of users who can access it. One is the NPTEL team members. The other is the learners of this course. So basically, all the learners who are enrolled in this particular course get a notification that a question is posted if you have subscribed to this Google group. And then the TAs. Okay. So like I am taking care of the live session. Another TA is basically catering to the questions in the discussion forum. Okay. Now, how this discussion forum helps is that the moment you post a question, since everybody gets notified about it, so when the TA is replying to that question, everybody gets notified about it again, right? So we don't have to reach out one by one on an individual basis, but it is something which gets access to each and everyone at the same time. So that is why it's a very good offering by NPTEL. So I suggest that you can utilize this particular functionality to address your queries as well. During the session, we request everybody to keep your mic on mute, because we want to avoid any noise disturbances in your background. The idea is that we record all these videos. These recorded videos are then uploaded in YouTube. As I mentioned, every individual has certain engagement, certain schedule, and there is a possibility that during 6 to 8 time they might not be able to access it. So it gets uploaded wherein you can easily access it. You can speak whenever you have any question or you are invited to respond to a particular sample set of 10 questions. So that is perfectly fine. For questions, discussion forum is a great functionality. Let me show you where you can do it. So when you log into your NPTEL platform with your mail ID, so you can see here, this is where the mail ID is. You get to see this kind of, layout. Uh, this is basically for the registration of examination, and this widget is where, all the content is. All the week 1 to week 4 content is available in this particular widget. Announcement section, you get all the daily updates of problem solving session, or there is a assignment deadline. Eventually you'll also get announcements regarding exam registration and hall ticket. Ask a question is the functionality which basically associates with discussion forum. Okay, so the moment you click here, you can actually go to Google Groups, wherein you can ask the question. It considers the video ka time stamp so that everybody can relate which context somebody is asking question and then respond. Progress tab mein when you click, you actually get progress in two dimensions. If you have not yet explored, do it. One is regarding the content progress, which means that how much content you are consuming, you are watching, you are seeing through, and the other is the assignment evaluation, which means how are you performing in these quizzes, quiz 1, quiz 2. So there are 4 quizzes, and you get to see the marks of it the moment the deadline of that particular quiz is over. Right. So post deadline, the answer is released, and you can see, your performance in the previous, quizzes. Going forward, so let me show you where you can access these recordings in PDF. So the entire video is recorded and uploaded in YouTube channel. This is the link, and these presentations which you are seeing, actually it's a PPT, wherein we also add annotations to it, and this gets converted into a PDF and it gets uploaded in a Google Drive link, which has a open access. So all the learners, can actually access it directly from there. Now, where is it located? So both the things, if you see, this the left widget I talked about in the previous slide. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 contents must be available to you. Below that is problem solving session. And when you click here in this link, it will take you to another link which will say click here, which will take you to an Excel sheet. And this Excel sheet will basically have, columns and rows. We'll have week 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have the YouTube links here. We'll have one common Google Drive link. So the moment you click here, you can actually see, if you do it today, you will be able to see 2 PDFs. Tomorrow we'll add the week 3 content. And then there are certain other things regarding the attendance. All right. This is the course preview. The course is having a run of 4 weeks. We have completed 2 weeks, and right now we are in the third week. It started in 22nd of January. Sorry, the week 3. So this will be week 3. The week 3 deadline is 14th of Feb, which is tomorrow. Okay. So if you have not done your assignment, I request to please kindly do it. Better you do it today itself or tomorrow, because once the deadline is over, you won't be able to submit. Another thing which I would want you to recall and think upon is that you can actually submit your assignments or the quizzes multiple times before the deadline. Okay, so like till 14th, you can actually submit, change options, select certain other options, revisit it and resubmit it. Post deadline, you won't be able to do it. So NPTEL gives this kind of functionality, wherein you can refer to the lectures, the modules. You can refer to the book content, and then you can revise your answers, and then you can resubmit it. So it's a great functionality. I think please avail it, because many a times, we don't recall what was actually said, and questions are there between the lines. So it's always good to, refer to the content, come again, resubmit it. I think this option helps you to, improvise your options of filling the responses. The final examination is scheduled for 23rd of March. You can avail the option of availing and doing it in the first half or in the second half. That is the pre-lunch and the post-lunch. Now, this is just like any other physical examination which will be conducted in a designated exam center. You'll be provided with certain options. You can actually choose the cities based on your proximity, your convenience, and then one of them will be allotted to you for the exam. Going further with the examination details, so anybody who wants to learn about this course, who has a passion, who has an interest, can actually, go through the entire course content for free. You won't be charged anything. But then for a certificate, you will have to register and write the examination. Fee is 1000 rupees. Although they have added the provision of late fee. So till 12th, it was 1000, but from 12th to 16th, they will be charging certain late fee. There is also fee waiver for certain categories. So one needs to go through the page content, and while uploading the form, you will have to submit those certificates for, like, for example, PWD or any other caste or tribe, and then you can avail those fee waivers. Okay. Now, this is an important aspect when you are trying to do it for a certificate. I take some time. Sorry. Yeah. I normally take. Okay. Hmm. I'll take a little bit time to just to explain how it is calculating the both. Internals, which comprise of 4 assignments, we take the best three of it and we derive the weightage out of 25%. External takes the weightage of 75%, which is basically 100 marks examination. It's a physical examination, but this is a online examination. These are basically the quizzes. These both sum up to form your final score, which is out of 100. Now, individually, these two have a certain criteria, which means that in the internals, you need to score at least greater than 10 out of 25. And here you need to score at least 30 out of 75, which means your total score need to be greater than 40 out of 100. Why it is important is that, say, for example, you scored 5 here, but you scored exceptionally well. Say you scored 50 here, your total score is 55, you are above 40, but then you are not meeting the criteria of internals, right? Which means that if your score is not meeting the individual criteria of this and this, you will not be getting the certificate. Okay. It mentions if one of the two criteria is not met, you will not get a certificate, even if the final score is greater than. All right. So please keep a note of it. If you're following the content, anyways, your score will be much higher, than this. But it's always good to keep a note of it. Thiru sir, you have a question. You can please tell us.
Now, this course, if we attend the course, FDP certificate is possible. That is what it was displayed. How one can get an FDP certificate?
So for the FDP certificate, when you register for the examination,
Hmm.
you need to enter your designation, your details of which university you are, teaching, and all those details. And
Hmm.
probably during registration only, you will have the option of clarifying that, you are taking it as an FDP.
Uh,
So if you want to do it, I suggest that try to watch for it during the registration for examination. It's still
hmm.
on, but till 16th.
Now, I have already paid the examination fee.
Okay.
Registered in that there will be details. No, in fact, I used the official email ID only.
Okay. 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 So if you have done using your teaching credentials, then probably you'll get an FDP only,
Okay, okay, okay.
because
I will
it
take up
asks.
the exam also. But
Sorry.
usually the FTP certificate and this certificate,
Hmm.
usually these are released, published only after the results, after the
Cor-
exam results.
Correct, correct.
On the same day, we can download both the FTP certificate and the course certificate.
Yes, sir. So once the exam results
Provided,
are out, you can access it.
no, what I'm asking is, suppose I don't get, meet the criteria for the certificate.
Uh,
See, whatever you displayed now on the board.
hmm.
Uh, but I attend all the lectures and I submit all the assignments. I get a very good score in the assignments. Will I be eligible to get a FTP certificate, even though if I fail in the final exam? I'm just asking a hypothetical situation.
No, no, I can completely understand, sir. Sir, I
Mm.
suggest what you can do is that you can post this as a query in discussion forum,
Okay,
and basically that TA is in sync with the NPTEL team as well. He's taking care of all those technical and things. So there was a question regarding FTP on the discussion forum as well.
okay.
So I think he will be able to respond to that query.
I think the FTP certificate is issued by the AICTE, I think.
Probably, sir. So
Okay,
let me request you one thing. You can post this query on discussion forum and just wait for a couple of days if it gets resolved.
how to
Otherwise,
post in the discussion forum? Through I have to go to the Swayam portal and then use my login ID and then enter and then do like that.
correct,
Or
correct.
mm,
Ask a question. You need to post this as an ask a question,
okay,
and it
okay,
will come. If it
okay,
does not respond, then probably I will also try to connect with the NPTEL and see if I can get the response. So
okay, okay.
your question is that even if
Mm.
you don't clear the marking criteria, will you get an FDP certificate?
Certificate. Suppose I attend all the lectures
Hmm.
and submit all the assignments
Hmm.
and satisfy the criteria for assignment. For example, if I score 15 marks out of 40,
Hmm.
40% with respect to the assignments, will I be eligible for a FTB certificate?
Okay, okay.
I
Well,
will take
if
up exam, but I don't know my schedule. I don't know. If the exam is scheduled on a is scheduled will be scheduled on is scheduled on a Saturday and Sunday, 23rd and 24th. I think March 23rd and 24th.
okay,
24th, I have to go to my village. There is a function there.
okay,
So I
okay,
don't know
okay.
on which day this exam for this subject will be held.
So the date is announced only. I showed to you. I think it is either, I think 23rd the exam will be.
Okay. Oh, if it will be over by on 23rd, then it will be okay.
Exam is on 23rd, sir.
Okay, good, 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 good. I have registered for another course also, product
Oh,
engineering and design thinking.
okay, okay, okay. So what you can do is
Maybe I
while you
will.
are opting, you can have the slot for 23rd itself if you are not available for 24th. So one you can have pre-lunch and one you can have post-lunch.
Oh, I did not choose that. Because while filling up that, no, I was somewhat nervous. I wanted to complete, pay and complete. So I was ignoring some my fine details.
Sir, there is
Uh,
one more thing. What I have seen is that if for any reason you are not able to attend any examination,
mm.
in the next run of courses, they actually send you an email saying that you attempted all assignments, but
Okay.
you were not able to appear for the examination. So here is a
Oh,
chance.
oh,
So maybe it
during the
will
second
happen.
semester. Mm.
So
Okay,
it will
okay.
happen after 6 months or something when there is a rerun. They will
Okay,
give you
okay.
that option that I've seen.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay. I'll check.
Okay, okay, sir.
Now I'm talking about a hypothetical situation. Otherwise, I will take it up and do it.
Sure, sure,
It is-
sure. No, no
Okay,
issues.
sure, sure, sure. Okay, okay.
Bhavesh sir has a doubt.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I had just one small question, and like I have actually opted for two FDPs. So another one on the same day. It seems the exam is on same day. So will it complicate, or I think this 24 is also an option. I mean, this design and innovation thinking. This exam will be only on 23rd, or there are 2 days.
Sir, the exam date is fixed for this particular course. For other courses, it is, I think, 23rd.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but then you get an option of choosing the pre-lunch and post-lunch session. So one you can have in pre-lunch, the other you can have post-lunch.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, fine.
I think that even NPTEL team might take care when they are seeing your, credentials and the two examination. Probably they will also do it from their end. If
Yes. Yes.
during the registration, were you being asked about pre-lunch or post-lunch? I think you would be asked about it.
No, no. Actually, pre-lunch and post-lunch is not asked, but only preference of the city were asked.
Okay.
So yeah, that is this time is not asked actually. So far, it's not asked.
Okay.
So maybe they will give us a choice later. I don't know. Hmm.
All right. All right. Well, I don't recall because I've not appeared for a course. Well, I've not registered for the course right now. Is there any other learner in this call who has registered for examination and who can clarify if the option of choosing slot is given or not?
Hello, sir.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
No slot is provided. Only exam cities we can select.
Okay. Okay. So option to choose a slot is not being given, huh?
No, no, sir.
No slot. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Noted. Fine. Fine. So let's proceed. Okay. So week one content, these were all discussed in quite detail. Week two, we talked about the second and the third C out of the seven Cs, and week four, sorry, three, the fourth C was discussed, which is the check and conception. There were two additional learning materials, ALMs, in the form of the Waterman, Rajendra Singh ji, and the Embrace Infant Warmer. So these basically are provided in the form of YouTube content. You can actually go through it. I think it's around less than 1 hour videos, both of them. So, it brings you with a lot of change, what kind of people's initiative are, how they are seeing the cause and how much effort they are putting in, to address these causes. All right. So this is the book which I was referring to. By the end of the session, once we complete the set of 10 questions, I'll also show you, how do you access this book. Because it contains all the contents right from week 1 to week 4. Okay, so it's a good repository. If you're appearing for examination, it can provide you a quick guide wherein you can just flip through. It contains the entire video content in a transcripted format. So word by word, there could be a couple of issues wherein the words are not clearly written, but if you have seen the video, you'll be able to, catch that on. And it has all those case studies and snippets mentioned, so it could be a very quick guide to add it as a reference and appear for examination. So as you can see, the week 3 content starts from page 237 and it ends at 379. We'll have a look at it, how do you access it, how do you download it, and then we'll go through the content as a content recap. Okay, so these are the two typology of questions. The first is a single choice question. The other is a multi-select option wherein multiple answers are correct. So you'll find one of the two options for your questions. What do you want in your breakfast? You can just opt one of them. But here you need to select multiple of them. So the direct cues are being circle and being in rectangle. So which food outlet you have visited, you can actually select multiple if you have done that. All right. This again is an important area because in past we have seen a lot of learners coming up and saying that we have not been marked correctly. So let me just take an example and present to you all these scenarios. The question is which among the below is a board game? Okay, and your options are Ludo, chess. Okay. Okay. And let's take scenarios one by one so that we understand. So scenario one says, if all the options chosen by the student are correct, then full marks are to be awarded. So here we can see the correct answers are A and B. If I select option A, option B, and I submit, I will get full marks. Let's check the scenario 2. If at least one incorrect answer has been chosen, then no marks are awarded. So if I select B and if I also by mistake selected D and I press entered, then no marks will be given to me. So no partial marking, no nothing, because we have chosen one incorrect option. Let's come to scenario 3. If only correct answers are chosen, but not all correct answers are chosen, then partial marks. Okay, which means that the correct answers were A and B. What I did was I selected A and I just entered it. I had a confusion in B. Here I will get partial marks. So, if you have this understanding, you will see you might be getting 0.3 or 0.6 marks in decimal. So don't worry, it is because of the partial marking feature, which gives you the flexibility of, choosing just the right one and then you can get marks from it. So this is based on what we inquired from the NPTEL team and they had, told us about this kind of marking. All right. So we start with the set of 10 questions. What I'll do is I'll read out the question and I would request your response. We'll do quick voting. And if needed, we'll also try to understand, more about the question, more about the answers if there is a diversion of opinion. The question says, innovation happened at base of pyramid due to the necessity, hardships and challenges is known as. First option is sustainable innovation, disruptive innovation, radical innovation, and grassroots innovation. So take your time, just read the question and let me know, what could be the right answer. So I'll give you a hint. This is basically about one of the palkis. Can anyone guess which palki we are, talking about?
Vaishnav Devi.
Sir, this one is little different palki.
Ah.
This
Oh, somewhere in Mumbai. What is that place?
good, quite
Ajanta.
close.
Ajanta.
Ellora, Ajanta Ellora.
Correct, sir. Correct.
There is wooden handles and stainless steel chair, I think.
Correct, sir. Correct. The chairs are also wooden here. SS chairs, you basically got it. I mean, we are talking about the grassroots innovation. So here in this case, they had a very basic, wooden chair. And okay, so I think we are clear on the aspect of, who we are talking about. This is the Palki for the Ajanta caves. So, if you see the detailing here, basically what they did was they used metal clamps and they would wrap it on the member and they got the wooden chair fixed. So it was their own solution. They came up with this own way of, it was not basically designed, but it was an attempt of, how you make a palki for a context like Ajanta. So can anyone tell me what could be the right answer?
Grassroots innovation.
So you got one vote for this. Anyone else?
Grassroots innovation.
Grassroot. Okay. Anyone with a difference of opinion? Any other choice? Okay, let's see. I mean, what the book refers to. Yes, we are talking about this. This is the wooden chair we are referring to. It was a wooden chair that they utilized it, which was available in their context, and they just added this clamp. Okay. So they made this clamp like that. They added it to the chair. The chair they used it, which they were using and which was readily available. And they added this member for holding it. So this is the clamp with two nuts, screw and nut. So using an existing chair, actually tied the logs to it. Existing chair. Nobody gave them any idea what they can do innovatively, whether they can use different materials. Nobody told them, but they do whatever they can do in the local context. Now that is called grassroots innovation, right? So they are using the materials available to them. They don't have the knowledge and expertise of knowing the modern materials, but then they have find it out solutions to the problems based on their understanding and the availability of local materials and knowledge. So that is basically coming from the grassroots innovation from the base of the pyramid. Okay. So the correct answer, as you have mentioned, is grassroots innovation. Great. Innovation happened at the base of pyramid due to necessity, hardships, and challenges. Okay. So well done. We'll proceed to our next question. What were some of the major focuses in designing the palki for Vaishno Devi Shrine? वैष्णो देवी श्राइन की डिजाइनिंग में मेजर फोकस क्या था? मेंटेनिंग द पैसेंजर कंफर्ट, मेंटेनिंग द porter's livelihood, increase shrine board visitors, and making it lightweight, thereby reducing stress and increase porter's comfort. So basically हमारे पास चार ऑप्शन है. One is talking about the passenger comfort, one is talking about porter's comfort, the other two are talking about porter's livelihood and the visitors to the shrine board.
I think answer is D.
A and D. A and D.
Yeah,
First is
I will also go
passengers
with
comfort,
A and D.
increasing porters comfort. A and D.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Thiru sir
D.
has said A and D. Anyone else?
Yeah, I will also go with A and D.
Maybe you can include B
I,
also.
yeah, I
Maintaining
think B
porters
and D. I
livelihood.
will say B and D because there was an issue. They were trying to make electric vehicles road to remove all this, porters and hardship. But then there was another view is like they have no other income source. So by doing this innovation, it will also maintain porters' livelihood. So that was the initiative by I think government, and finally I think you guys intervene, IITs
Hmm.
and that. So
Hmm.
I think B and D. I will go with that.
Okay. Sir is saying B and D, but sir, you're not chosen A. Why not A?
Yeah, yeah. No, no. A is. I think this is the obviously. This looks like so obvious. Like in any case, passenger comfort has to be there only, right? So but so that's why I thought it's so common. But then it can be also there. I think yeah. That is
Okay.
by default. I mean that so we cannot compromise only.
All right. So you've got three votes for option A. You have got one vote for B,
Hmm.
and we have got three votes for D. Anyone else who has any difference of opinion or who thinks that the options
A.
should?
Sorry, B.
You are saying option B. Any other option? Okay. Yes, sir, Thiru sir, we have noted your opinion. Anyone else in the meeting who would want to share your thought process, your understanding? So we've got three votes here, two votes here, three votes here. All right, all right. So let's try to find the solution. Well, this is from the content itself. They say that, our major focus is to reduce the strain, should increase potter's comfort, and should not destroy the current livelihood of the potters. This is very important. Okay. So they've clearly mentioned one is reducing the strain, the other is potter's comfort, and three is maintaining livelihood. So these are the three important focus areas which the content talks about. Now, they've not mentioned passenger comfort. We need to understand that. So, when we are saying the major
Exactly.
focus areas, they are talking about maintaining Potter's livelihood and making it lightweight. So, that is where we are talking about Potter's comfort and reducing the strain.
So my answer is correct. Full mark.
No, no, sir, but you also added a default A. Okay. So these are the two correct responses. So I think livelihood was a very critical component. As sir correctly mentioned that, there were motorized road which was being made, and they were going to procure the battery vehicles, for which they, conducted a strike. All the 1,500 porters, they actually sat down and they said that, no, you are, taking our livelihood. What will we earn? Our childrens will die of hunger. And that is why their livelihood was also equally important. And if you have seen the video, the profile, if you see, I mean, they got raised, shoulders here, because of the consistent use of the palki logs. They got bruises, and there were small bumps there because of the impact. So Potter's comfort was also very, very important. They were having musculoskeletal issues. Can anyone tell me what are these musculoskeletal issues? So these are basically which are the issues with bones, tendons, ligaments, and these are basically characterized. The symptoms are pain, ache, discomfort, and then it gradually leads to a lot more serious issues, serious health issues. Okay. So the correct answers are B and D. Let's go to our third question. What was the crucial step missed in the design of Palki for Vaishno Devi Shrine? जो हम पालकी डिजाइन की हम बात कर रहे हैं, एक बहुत क्रूशियल स्टेप मिस हो गया था, जो कि प्रोफेसर चक्रवर्ती tells in the presentation, the video lecture. The options you have are: they totally forgot about the pilgrim's comfort, they totally forgot about the potter's comfort, aesthetic analysis, and finite element structural analysis. So aesthetics is basically, the look and feel. So we are again here, we have the options of pilgrim comfort, potter's comfort, aesthetic, and the FE analysis.
I think D sounds.
Okay, sir says D. Anyone else? Anyone? Sir, what do you think this basically analysis helped them, and was it crucial for them to do it?
To
Well, actually,
understand the
because
points of stress,
no,
regions
no.
of stress, high stress.
To me, actually, that looking at the terrain is slopy. So if they do that analysis, then it would actually give more, sort of surety that whether it works or not, or there are chances of falling or balancing those things. So I think that might be not done. Hmm.
Sir, you're saying because of the topography.
Yeah, topography of Vaishnav Devi is a slopy terrain, right?
Right, right.
So in that, if they have done this structural analysis,
Mhm.
which would have helped them to have a better design
Off?
of the palki.
Okay, okay, okay. So We have got option D for two members, although their explanation is little different. Anyone else? Could it be Pilgrim
D.
Comfort? Which one?
D.
D. Okay, you're also saying D. What could be the reason? Which one of them? Or do you have any other reason? Okay. So we have got total three votes, and since it's a single select answer, all of you have selected a finite element. Let's look at what it is. So FEA is basically a CAD, computer aided design and engineering tool that uses calculations, models, simulations to predict how a product will react to real world conditions. So basically, this is what simulations are. You have a model, it could be a CAD model. You can put it into a software. You can analyze it. How it behaves in the real conditions, right? So I think both of you have mentioned the correct points. Real world conditions were basically the slopey terrains, right? And it was also mentioning the stress points as well in the structural frame. So if you see the red ones, these are all the members which are having a lot of stresses in it. And that's where this was redesigned, wherein you can see the entire thing is in green color, which shows that the stresses have reduced a lot and they improvised the design. Great. So I think both the explanations are making sense here, and they both are corroborating with the correct answer, which is your finite element structural analysis. Well done. Well done. Now we come to question number 4. How does a checklist help a designer? How it's a crucial step. Okay. We are talking about the checklist or the check, one of the C's. It gives a shortcut to create an impactful solution. It identifies errors in design. It gives all the insights, and let one stick to the design brief. Checklist. So we've got Mr. Sanjeev saying D. We've got one option D.
I think I will go with C.
Okay. Anyone else? We've got two probable contenders for this question. How does a checklist help a designer? How it's a crucial step. Gives insights, lets one stick to the design brief, identifies errors in design, and gives a shortcut to the impactful solution. Firoz also says C. Anyone else? Okay. Okay, let's see what is the correct answer. We are talking about check. The options given to us were shortcut to impactful solution, identifies errors, gives all insights, and lets one stick to the brief. Okay. So here we are talking about the check. It is giving us a clear direction. Basically, it's also telling us what the product brief should be, right? What you should do with the product, and it also tells us the design directions. So who is Mr. Shrivastava here? He's basically the Grand Postmaster at the GPO in Mumbai. And we are talking about that one line brief which he gave as maintenance free post box. Okay. So basically it is the product brief. So if you see the options, let's once stick to the product brief is the correct answer. So one of you have said the correct answer, which is option D. And what were the other checks? Long life, at least for 20 years, robust manufacturing, user convenience. So, with respect to the exposed environment and the different typology of users, you have the school going children and the adults, and even those, picking up the letters and doing the collection of the letters, small and large, depending upon the context and use case of festivals and normal scenarios, and creating a unique identity for India Post because it was a matter of brand India, which they were trying to reflect in the post box. Okay. So the correct answer is D. The checklist basically helps in sticking to the design brief. Okay. Let's come to the fifth question. The question is, design embodies the number of disciplines in itself. What do you understand by this phrase? Design embodies the number of disciplines in itself. What do you understand by this phrase? The options are, designers wears different hats at different stages. Okay, so there are different hats which one wears. Designers stick to one hat or one role. Okay, like their role is design, so they will be designing only. It shows the multi-level stages and none of these. Okay, so you can let me know your responses. Please read the question. It's a statement, and you have to understand. What do we mean by it? We've got one option for C. Design embodies number of disciplines in itself. A designer wears different hat at different stages. Let's one stick to one hat. Shows multi-level stages and none of these. It's okay. I mean, we are not marking anyone. We are not giving you marks for this. It's
C.
more like,
I think C. I will go with C also.
okay. Anyone else?
What I have understood is that the question is regarding the multidisciplinary nature of design development. So,
Okay.
design a product or service, people with different specializations should come together and develop several solutions. Out of that, one good solution will be chosen. So I think none. The C does not match with that. It shows multi-level stages.
Yeah, I think
No,
I'll
this is
go with D. I changed my
multidisciplinary.
answer from C to D. I think none of the above.
None of the above, I think.
Yeah. I will also go with the D. I'm changing my C. Yeah. Because I think it means design embodies the number of disciplines. So design innovation is like not one discipline; it has a multidisciplinary thing. But here, what you are saying, the answers they are not matching with that actually.
First three answers do not match with the,
Yeah.
don't correspond with the question.
Okay. But here we have to see this statement in the context of the content. Okay. I mean,
Book,
do
I
not
mean the
do.
textbook. I have not studied the textbook. Okay, hat. I don't know. I don't know what is what this answer is about hat. The first two choices I really don't understand. I don't remember coming across anything any subject matter related to hats.
Okay, sir, no problem.
That's the problem. You see, and we don't have time to read all the notes and listen sincerely to all the lectures. There is not enough time.
Okay,
There
sir,
is
got it.
one, I think one thing you are trying to say, Abhishek, it like whatever Professor Chakrabarti says, that's a final word. So that cannot be truth also, because there is some sort of a general knowledge which is beyond.
Yeah,
Maybe he
that's
is
what
wrong,
we have applied
right?
here.
Yes,
So
yes.
here, I think you can't force. I mean, if this question is relates to what is written in the book, then it's different. But if you are saying in general, what is the
Got your point, sir. But I am referring to the previous thing. I mean, whatever, see, all the questions are, made for that context of week's content and what, has been talked about. So, I was taking this course, in the previous semester on, like I mentioned to you, understanding incubation and entrepreneurship. So they brought in a lot of people with, expertise in incubation and having their own startup, successful startup. Now, everybody came with a different thought process. Everybody has a different experiential learning during their startups and how and at what stage they are in. So they all suggested, different things about it. So there were certain questions, and there was a scenario like this only wherein the learners said that no, this is not possible. But the question said that as per Mister This, what do you how would we describe what is the ideal number of team members in a startup? Okay, so that question had few responses like whether you should have 3 members, you should have 4 members, or solar member is also there. Likewise, so ideal number of team size. Basically, it was about team size in a startup. What should be the ideal number? Can you guess? Anyone? So, what should be the team size in a startup? Ideal team size. I mean, it's always really an ideal because many times you start with your own idea. You are an individual, and then you grow your team. But yes,
I think answer can be B, three people, because then you have some difference of opinion. So then the majority. So then it will help actually that three, or in a multiplication of three. I mean odd numbers, not even.
okay, okay, okay,
Guess.
okay. Sir, you are very close. I mean, what the expert said was it's better to have at least four team members,
Oh,
because he was coming from an opinion that many a times, when they start with an idea and they go ahead, one of the team members may move out. So you are left with at least 3 members then. And he said that, so ideal size is four, so that even if one or two people leave out, you have that basic number still intact so that you can make those critical decisions. Okay. Now, obviously, now this number is everybody will have a different standpoint to it. I mean, why four? Why not five? But then he has to say that the more equal members you have, the more is the diverse of opinion. To get a consensus, it becomes very very challenging. So he was coming from his background, his experiences of startups he has incubated, and based on that he suggested that four is a good number, right? So even in this case, if you go with the sentence, we might get a different set of solutions. So let me tell you the correct answer. So designers, they say that he wears different hats. A designer wears different hat at these stages. So when you start with the observation, you start identifying the cause, you become an ethnographer wherein you study the users in their real context, in their real environments, right? आप shadow करते हो, आप interview करते हो, आप document करते हो, you click pictures, you video record them, or you do sketch noting. When you are in the product development phase, you become an engineer. When you are prototyping, again, you have certain roles of this. You also need to do the costing and budgeting and marketing of the project. So you are basically getting into various different roles, right? But at the same time, what you are also referring to is in a way correct, because see, for if you see the examples from a manufacturing standpoint, they for let's take the example of Postbox. They actually connected with the best manufacturers and adhesives in the steel, uh, for the lock industry. So they were actually taking the expertise help. But what I see this question is, wherein, it is before that conceptualization stage, and where the designer is, doing these things, by himself, and he's playing a multiple role and understanding all the economics and the branding for it. Okay, so that is where this question is coming from, and the correct answer for this is A. Designer wears different hats at different stages. Let's come to our next question. What was the single line brief for the redesign of the letterbox? Let's add to it for the India Post. I think this is a very direct question. We have also discussed it during our presentation. Let's make the letterbox rust proof. Let's make it aesthetically attractive. Let's make it maintenance free. Let's make it cost effective. One line brief. Remember, we were referring to the check, just a few slides before. What was the one line brief for the redesign of letterbox? Anyone?
Yeah, answer should be option B. Make it aesthetically attractive.
Okay, so we have
In
got
the
one
session,
option.
yeah, in the session we have observed like the new design. Most of the people were not actually identifying it as a letterbox.
Okay, sir, but that came in week 4 content. Have you seen the week 4 content?
Oh, actually, I have seen all the content available on that.
We have got curious learners, huh? Okay, so what is the logic you are giving?
So actually, in the video, it was seen like in the rural areas, most of the people were not identifying as a letterbox
Okay,
because of its shapes and other things.
okay. People were not basically able to relate it.
Yes, because most of the people were biased with the old round shape and that dome
Correct.
shape letterbox.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So we have got one opinion with the logic saying that in rural areas, people were not identifying, not relating it, this design as a letterbox. So we'll come to this thing once again. Anyone else? Rust proof, aesthetically attractive, making it maintenance free, making it cost effective. Okay, so let's see the options and let's try to infer what could be the right answer. Let make the letterbox rust proof. Okay, now rusting was an issue because of the kind of material which was used. Okay, so that was a requirement, but that was not a one line brief. Brief was something else, and this was one part of it. This was one of the ways by which you can actually, or you can say this could be one of the features by which you are able to complement that particular brief. Okay, making it aesthetically attractive. See, aesthetically attractive uh, as a brief can never be true in any case, because we also talk about function. It's not always aesthetically attractive. The function needs to marry the aesthetics. If both are there, we also see a term called utility products. So the products need to be beautiful, aesthetically appealing, and needs to have a utility to it. Okay, so it requires a merger of these two. Now, sir, what you are referring to was that the letterbox, the rural areas, people were not able to relate it. The reason which is giving in the week 4 content, I'm just trying to cite here so that everybody is clear on that. People were not People had seen letterbox in a consistent appearance, which you also mentioned was a red box. That is how they have seen a letterbox. Huh? This is how they have seen letterbox. Now, in the new design, they had a cap like this, which was there, which was consistent, but they also had SS body. Just imagine it's a silver color. So it had two component. It had a plastic top and it has a SS bottom. Now, the people in the rural areas basically they said that this stainless steel finish, they related it as a dustbin. So if you see in the public areas, we have generally got stainless steel dustbins, and that is how they were able to connect the new design with the dustbin. So what happened was that when the insights from the rural areas came, it was found that they were not using the letterbox. All the people in the rural areas would use a lot of post box because of connecting it with their relatives. But when they installed the new one, they confused and they thought that it's a garbage bin, it's a dustbin, and that's why they stopped using that one. So that was the issue which was causing the disrupt in the connection with the product aesthetics and their understanding of a product. And this was a big issue because of which they had to come again and redesign. They had to do the redesign of the product. So this will all come in the week 4 content. Okay, but this option is not correct as well. Now come to the bottom two, making it maintenance free and making it cost effective. Now, from a India Post perspective, yes, cost is again a feature, but then this is a feature of a higher brief, and the correct answer is making it maintenance free. Let me show it to you. Yeah. The single line brief was to design a maintenance free letterbox. Okay. In the video content, you will see this screen of coming up with a maintenance free letterbox. Designing a maintenance free letterbox became the single brief. So how does this single brief is very important. We also thought of doing a project and I requested one of the students to take this. So also this is from the book, but then this snippet is from the video content. You can actually refer to the lecture content to understand this. The main brief was to to design a maintenance free letterbox. So the correct answer for question C is question 6 is C, making it maintenance free. All right. Let's come to our seventh question. Who is the primary user of letterbox? Manufacturers and distributors, people who collect the letters, people who post the letters, and people who sort the letters. So again, it's a tricky question, but if you deeply think about it, you will find the answers. Manufacturers, uh, those who are collecting the letters, the collection people, those who are posting the letters, and those who are sorting the letters.
I think B. I will go with the B.
Uh, Sir, come again, please.
Yeah, B.
Okay, we have got one vote for B. Anyone else? Manufacturer, the one who is collecting basically from the post office, uh, the one who is posting a letter, and the one who is sorting a letter. Thiru sir is also saying B. Okay, we've got two votes here. Sir, why do you think it should be B?
Because actually, you see that the post people who are collecting and distributing, they are the primary users actually. I mean, they are the more frequent day to day. Every day they have to collect this. So they are more frequently compared to me and you or other people who will seldom, do post and other things.
Yes, sir. I think even we are very, very rare users as well.
Yeah, now though it's obsolete only because of technology change, emails and messages. So
Correct, correct. So great thought process. The correct answer is B. Well done, sir.
hmm.
People who collect the letters from the letterbox. See, because as sir also mentioned, it's about how much we are interacting, how frequently we are interacting. And if you also see about the features in the letterbox, we as a user are just going to post a letter, and that too is a very rare use case. We are not visiting it at a very often basis. But if you see the person who is collecting, he has a duty to collect it daily, as what has been told in the video. So they are collecting it daily. They are also interacting with all the elements. So they are opening up the log, they are collecting the letters, they are closing the log, they are changing the next schedule on a slider as well. So the interaction with the product is much more greater as compared to users like you and me who are just going to post a letter, and that too very, very less. So correctly mentioned by sir with the right logic, it is B, people who collect the letters from the letterbox. Can anyone tell who are these people? There was a designation given to them. These were basically the lower clerk staff who were basically coming to, who were given the duty of correcting it. So these things are also very, very small things, but keep a note of it because the question can come in this way as well. Who from the post office was to collect it. So just to make you aware. All right. We come to our eighth question. Sorting different ideas and concepts into groups based on their relationship with respect to insights is called correlated clusters, sortification, affinity cluster, prioritification. Sorting different ideas and concepts into groups based on their relationship. We've got one option as correlated clusters. Okay. Okay. So basically, more or less all these options are speaking the same language, but in design we have a very specific term to it. And that term has been explained in the video as well. Although, the professor also talks about, doing a card sorting exercise, which is basically a sortification. But then essence is the same only. But in design, there is a specific term given to it.
I
Anyone?
think C.
Okay. Anyone else? So let's see the correct answer. We have a very interesting method where you actually bunch the ideas within affinity, and this can happen in any of your projects. So the idea clustering is basically affinity, matching it with the affinity. So you do affinity clusters, and you can see here, they created three clusters based on their manufacturing, which was sheet metal cluster, plastic molding cluster, and a mix of both metal and plastic combination. So the three clusters based on the affinity they identified. So the correct answer is affinity cluster. Okay, so let's come on to our second last question. The plastic seeds were replaced with SS. Can anyone tell what SS is? SS,
Stainless steel.
correct, correct. As it got dash with use and need to be replaced within dash months. So we are talking about the duration and what happened with that particular object. So there are two fill in the blanks. Now, this is another way of asking questions. So in one question, we basically are asking two questions. So for first option, which is what happened to it, the options are stronger, expanded, weaker, thinner.
C. Yeah, it got weaker within, replaced within 6 months. C.
All right. So for the option two, we have 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we have got one vote for option C. Plastic seats were replaced by stainless steel as it got dash with use and need to be replaced. So let me mention the context. It is for the Palki, Vaishno Devi. When we were working on the Palki design, they came up with a plastic chair and they replaced it with the SS chair. Anyone else who would want to share your perspective? Okay. So let's see the reference. If you see the videos, you'll be able to understand that. This one is the plastic chair. We just replace the plastic with SS, stainless steel. This is the stainless steel chair. Basically, they have utilized the same material of the piping and they welded it together with a perforated sheet, which allows better breathing and airflow. Okay. Because what was the issue with the molded sheet? Because in the long term, they became weak. The nuts and the screws were coming out, and it had to be eventually replaced within 6 months. Okay, that was the issue. So, sir has correctly mentioned it became weaker and it had to be replaced within 6 months. So, 6 months is a very short duration. Remember, the brief was to make it maintenance free. And here we are saying that within 6 months, you have to do all these things. And remember, this is plastic, it remains exposed for quite a long time. And then, there is a terrain. So there will be a lot of stress on the fixing joinery. So with constant up and down motion, it might unscrew, it might fell down. Okay. So these were the vulnerable issues which were there in the plastic seat. So, the seat was getting weak because of this unscrewing and, a lot of stresses on the nuts and bolts. And it had to be replaced within 6 months. So, which means that the cost factor will also come into play because you are, coming up with another seat or the new screws needs to be added up. Here they have a very integrated approach. The same material is being utilized, the same material is being molded and, being welded together. So, as sir has said, the correct answer is C. Great, sir. Sir, I would like to know, you have really been thorough in the content. It was a very minute question.
Actually, I'm yet to complete. I'm quiet because I'm yet to complete my this third week's content because of my work. So I'm going to see that tonight. I'm finished,
Oh,
but that's why I was afraid to answer a few questions.
okay. Sir, feel free. Nobody is marking you.
But this basically I'm answering on logic actually. So
I got to know. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir, for your active participation. So now we'll come to our.
actually,
Yes.
I had just one suggestion. If you can meet Professor Chakrabarti, that more advanced level to this Vaishnav Devi Palki can be use of 3D printing technology, where we can control actually the particles used into the whole assembly, and it can be further reduced in a weight. With those mathematical calculation, if you use the 3D printing technology to produce the whole Palki,
Mhm.
and if it's available in India, I'm not sure. Yeah.
But 3D printing, you can only, at present, as of now, 3D printing method is used for developing prototypes only. This is a
Hmm.
very big product. It will be very costly because 3D printing is very slow.
Yeah, no, but actually, in medical field, sir, they are producing all the bones and a lot of things, and even buildings are constructed in 3D printing.
Yeah,
So in Chennai, they have IIT Chennai, they have,
yeah, 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 yeah. But
and in Bangalore also, IISc, they have constructed a bus stop or something. So it's on a rise. So that's why I'm not sure, like, what is the development, but
hmm.
it is possible. See, what is the possibility? Like, we can control the particles. The
Yeah,
mass, the
I am a
total weight.
specialist in composite materials.
Oh, great, great, great.
I have written recently one review article about 3D printing of composites, nano composites. So
Oh, great.
because of that, I know well about this. This is
Ah,
a very simple product.
okay.
The cost should not go up. Otherwise, local manufacturer will not get benefit from that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Understood, understood. Totally understood.
Okay,
Yeah. Context.
okay.
Yeah,
Welcome, welcome, sir. Welcome.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. I mean, this is how we are helping each other, and even I get to learn a lot of new things. So, we when we have such a diverse audience, we always get to learn good things. So, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for asking the question and raising that doubt, and then thank you, Thiru, sir, for clarifying that thing as well. So let's come to the final question, and it is, I think, the most easy question, the easiest one. The question is, the below image is that of a palki being used at Ajanta,
Yeah.
Vaishno
B,
Devi, A and B, none.
obviously B.
B. Anyone else? So yes, people are saying B. Very correct. This is at the Vaishno Devi shrine because in Ajanta the composition was wherein there were four people who were handling the palki and who were standing in a square or a rectangular grid, you can say. But here the people were standing in single line. And there was very interesting way of using the log. Can anyone tell me how did the shifting of from one shoulder to another shoulder?
Because a log was tied to the frame using a rope. So the rope was slightly flexible, so the palki carriers could shift the log from one shoulder to another slope, one
Mm,
shoulder to
mm,
another shoulder.
mm.
And also, this rope was changed, replaced in some duration and a kind of a ritual. So it likes, some blessing of goddess there. That was also referred, some ritual
Correct.
thing. Mm.
Mm, mm. So every year they performed a ritual. So they synced this changing of ropes with a ritual so that everybody does it every year so that there are lesser chances of any of these accidents. So great example. I think it was a great case study for all of us. A lot of learning, a lot of failures, and then mentioning those failures and then proposing new design. I think professor has has been very transparent in that sense, and because through that only we learn a lot. So the failures are not only present in the palki, but then also in the post box you will refer. And so if you start the week four content, you will see how they tell about where they failed, what was the thing they missed. Like the professor talks about missing out on the finite element analysis, right? So because a design is a very iterative process, and they had to make so many changes, and then they go back again to the field study, again conducted once they called in people at the IIT Bombay facility where they did the trials of the palki. So very interesting. This whole design process is very interesting, and I think the way the course has been modulated and formed is also very very helpful. All right. So with this, we end our set of 10 questions. We'll take a 5-minute break, right? And I'll get back to showing you, how you can download the books and how you can refer to the content. Yes, sir, Bhavesh, sir, please tell.
Yeah, just like one, I was wondering that our exam date is on 23rd March,
Hmm.
right? And the week 4 assignment is on 21st of February.
Hmm.
So after that week 4, that what is that duration in between? Is there any practice, or I mean, what we will do, or we should rehearse this, or how, and how the final exam is it the way assignment is conducted? Is it that way on a hard paper, or is it computerized, or basically first the what is the gap? First question is this gap from 20, this week 4 end to the March. So, is there any activity planned?
Yes, sir. Thank you for asking that question. So I think today is 13th Feb. We'll be having one more session on 20th Feb. Okay. This will be our week 4 session. After that, we'll have one more session, which will be on probably Feb 7th or so. This is tentative date, I'm telling you.
Hmm.
This is going to be a 1 hour session, which I'll be taking. And again, we'll have a similar format, but I'll also be telling some more details about examination. Before going to the examination, or you should be aware of those details, right? So ideally, will be in touch till the end of Feb,
Hmm.
and after that, March is completely up to you how you utilize it. So you can refer to the book content. You can refer to the you can revise based on your ways. Uh, Previous week, I was talking to someone to understand how they are going through the content, how they are doing. So somebody said that they are note taking. So every lecture they go through, they keep a note of themselves, so that they can later refer during their examination. So this 2-3 weeks time which you'll get, okay, it's up to you how you prepare for it. There will not be any other quizzes or those things like that.
And also in the exam, what will be the like all this 4 weeks content
Mm.
that has come in the assignment, straightforward, no
Mm.
outs question. So in
Mm.
exam, is the same pattern, or question may come from something else also?
Sir, what I've experienced is that the questions will come from the same content. It won't
Oh,
come outside the purview of what has been discussed. Many a times it also happens that the questions which come are direct translations of these questions which you are attempting. Okay, so it's always good to go through whatever assignments you have submitted. If there could be some wrong questions, try to see what is the right ones, because few questions come directly from the assignment, but then certain questions are there, but then the course purview remains the same. It will be from the same content. It won't be from the outside. And regarding the pattern of examination, let me tell that this pattern is decided later, and it's close to when the hall ticket is released and announced. The learners are informed about whether it will be a pen and paper examination or a computer-based examination. It could be a mix of both as well, right? So for certain courses, it is a mix wherein you have certain objective type question, and then you have to write as well. So this clarity will be shared when we receive the hall ticket. It comes along with that.
is there any previous exam paper for reference, if possible, available on a portal? It will really help. I mean, just one or two previously.
Sir, it is not made available, but what you are answering in these PDFs is basically previous year's questions only, and with a few changes. And these questions will be available in the Google Drive, which I'll show you. Right. So
Oh,
it will be easily accessible, and majority of them are last year's questions only.
okay.
Or you type this, keywords, you will get it. There are many videos on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
YouTube.
Yes. In fact, all these NPTEL lectures are also available on YouTube. This NPTEL portal also redirect you to on YouTube, and then
Answers are also available.
Oh, sir, you are giving.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes. See, I know, sir, I know. Earlier, I was working with one university. These young faculty members are so smart, you know. They never used to listen to all these videos, lectures, watch these videos, or
okay.
read notes. They usually download some YouTube videos or watch YouTube videos with answers and immediately answer and submit the assignment just 1 hour before deadline, or 3 4 hours before the deadline. They were very smart. I am a conventional person, you know. I studiously, you know, I very sincere, study everything, listen, watch the lectures, take down notes. It takes a lot of time. And the
Right.
HOD told me that, sir, you are an old timer. Our youngsters are very smart. He used to tell me.
Sir,
The
even I
aim
was
is, you
not
know,
aware of this.
the aim is to get just to get the certificate. You know, in the south, there is so much competition among the institutes, among the universities. Everybody is forced to register for two NPTEL courses every semester, every faculty member.
Oh, okay,
Even the
okay.
professor is not exempted.
Oh my God.
Assistant professors are very smart. They
So
are just
they are doing this way, yeah?
they are just below 30 years. You know, they are too smart. Hmm.
So I was not aware of this, that you get to see the lectures in a crisp format, and that too with the answers of the
Yeah, yeah,
weeks.
everything is available.
Okay, okay. Great. So we end with the presentation. What I'll do is I'll quickly show you how you can access the books and the other links, because in another course which I am referring to, people are facing certain issues. They are not aware of where these things can be accessed from. I think my screen is visible. Right. So, like I talked about, this is how your portal will look when you log in. This basically is the left widget which contains all your week's content. So, if you have gone through the content, you will see a blue bubble. अगर आपने content देख लिया, you have gone through the entire content, you will see a blue bubble. If you have not seen the content, you can distinguish with an empty bubble. Right. So, I hope you can see my cursor here. So, this is the content which probably has not been seen. This is the content which has been seen. All right. And when you click here, you can use the functionality of download videos. So many a times, there could be a scenario where you don't have a very good internet connection, but during a day there is certain frame wherein you get a good internet connection. What you can do is you can use this functionality, click here, and you can download all the videos in one go. Okay. So till week 4, all the videos are here. Click on it, and then it will allow you to download videos, right? So you can click here and then you can download all the videos, keep it as a repository, and then refer it whenever you need it. Okay. Let's go back once again. All right. Here are the text transcripts. This also can be downloaded. It's a little different from the book because it is basically for each of the lectures. Okay. So you've got around 37 or 40, 50 lectures. And for each of them, you have got a PDF transcript. 55 lectures. So all these individual lectures are converted into PDF files. You can download this as well. There is another option which is being given is the books option. All right. So if you click books and if you click English book, click here to download. This was basically the book which I was referring to, Innovation by Design, Professor V.K. Chakravarti sir. And this contains all the week's content. Okay. So from week 1 to week 4, you'll get to see everything compiled in one single PDF. So rather than referring to lecture 1 PDF 1, 2, 3, 4 individually, this gives a complete picture of the entire video set. And as I mentioned, it also contains the snapshots of the video for your quick reference. So you can actually see those case studies, those small images which will help you understand the entire course. Another thing just to mention is that the index comes with a clickable page link. Okay, when you download it, so if you want to go through the context part, just click on here and you will be directed to that page. Okay, so no need to scroll down one by one. If you have a very specific need, just go through the index part, click on the page number, and you'll be able to access it. So here also the page numbers. Let me show you once again. Click on 6, you come to the 6th page. Okay. So say for example, you have already gone through few content in the video format. Now you have less time for the week 4 content. You actually use this book, click on the pages and you learn on that. Now coming on to the problem solving session, like I mentioned that these videos and PDFs can also be accessed. You need to click on here. So there are two links. One is problem solving session, one is survey on the problem solving sessions. So if you click on problem solving session, it will lead you to a different page which will say click here to view problem solving session lectures. Okay. You will have to click here, and here you will be able to see the video links. So week 1 video is there, week 2 video is there, week 3 video will be soon uploading it by tomorrow. And
Excuse me, sir.
yes, who is this?
सर किंसुक.
हाँ, Kinshuk, please tell.
सर मैंने ये सब बुक भी देखी थी, उसमें जो जो आपने लिंक बता रहे हैं, आपने बताया अभी इसमें, उसमें मैंने फॉरवर्ड करके उसमें देखा और इसमें मुझे एक मेल भी आया था कि जो जो लिंक है उसमें उसको क्लिक करके मैंने देखा था एनटीपीएल में क्या क्या है. तो मैंने बुक भी देखी, पेज नंबर वीक 1 एंड वीक 2 का, उसमें जो जो कंटेंट उसमें दिया हुआ था, जो आपने सेशन में पीडीएफ में बताया था, तो उसको मैंने चेक करके देख लिया था सर.
ठीक है, very good, very good. I mean, if you are able to do so, I think it's very, very appreciable. But many of us are not aware of these small links and even the platform. So that is why I'm explaining this. So it's a good thing which you have already done. So like I mentioned, this is the Excel sheet. Here you will get the YouTube link, and from here you will actually get the PDF. So I'll also be uploading the week 3 PDF very soon, and you'll be able to see that here. Going back to the page, this is survey on the problem solving sessions. So if you are finding these sessions helping you, you can actually click on this link and you can share your feedback about me. This will also be helpful. It's a short form with a Likert scale, right? And when you click on the progress here, you'll be able to see progress under two heads: unit wise progress, which is basically the content progress, and your assessment scores. So what all marks you are getting in each individual tests, you can actually see them. And someone was asking a question. So you are being directed to a Google group. So you click yes, and here you can click on new conversation, and you can actually type in your issue, what all issue you are facing. And if you can see, there is a user with this mail ID from the NPTEL team. That user is basically addressing all the questions which are being asked in the discussion forum, right? So if you see, I mean, most of the questions are answered. It's also a good way of understanding and clearing your doubt just in case things are not clear, right? So these are basically essentially all the aspects of the portal. These are the important ones. Announcement section, you'll get more details about registrations, the future sessions, assignment release, the solution release of the assignment, as well as the hall ticket information. Soon you'll be start getting those. Okay, so it will take some time, maybe 1 or 2 more weeks. Just before the examination, you will get all those things. Hall ticket, they've stopped sending in hard copy. They usually send it as a PDF, which you can print and carry along with a government ID proof. So we'll cover these aspects in our 5th session, which will be a 1-hour session, wherein we'll see what to ensure before going for the examination. Right, so I'll stop presenting. If there is any viewpoint, anything you would want to share, now is the time, or we can close the session for today.
Thank you, Abhishek, for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for joining in, and all of you for participating in the questions, sharing your viewpoints, and making us learn more. Thanks a lot. So let's close the session. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We have closed the session as of now, and let me stop the video as well.